This is the continuation of Lesson 4.3, The Role of Technology and Delivering the Curriculum. So the desired learning outcomes are discuss the roles of technology and curriculum delivery. Identify the factors and technology selection including the use of visual aids. These primary roles are based on the framework of technology-driven teaching and learning called TPAC. So, TPAC or Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge is a model that helps teachers consider how their knowledge, domains, and intersects in order to effectively teach and engage students with technology. So, the three types of knowledge are technological knowledge or TK, pedagogical knowledge or PK, and content knowledge or CK. Are those combined and recombined in various ways within the TPAC framework. TPAC show that the three is a direct interconnectedness of the three components. Those in teaching, learning process. These are the following questions for every lesson. The first questions are, what shall I teach? So, content knowledge generally refers to the facts, concept, theories, and principles that are taught and learned specific academic courses rather than to related skills such as reading, writing, or researching that students also learn in school. Questions number 2. How shall I teach the content? So, pedagogical knowledge encompasses the purposes, values, and aims of educational and may apply to more specific areas including the understanding of student learning styles, classroom management, skills, lesson planning, and assessment. So last question, what technology will use in how they teach the content? So technological knowledge, teachers' knowledge and ability to use various technologies, technological tools, and associated resources. TPAC model, there are 7 different sections, each of which are represented in this diagram. Thinking about the first 3 elements of technology, pedagogy, and content as separate elements will give you the framework. So, content knowledge describes teacher-owned knowledge of the subject matter. So, content knowledge may include knowledge of concept, theories, evidence, organizational frameworks within a particular subject matter. So, it may also include the field's best practices and establish approaches to communicating this information to students. So, content knowledge will also differ according to discipline and grade level. For example, middle school or science and history classes required less detail and scope than undergraduate or graduate courses. So there are various instruction. Content knowledge may differ or the content knowledge that each classes impact to each student will differ. So, pedagogical knowledge or PK describe teachers' knowledge of the practice, process, and methods regarding teaching and learning as a generic form of knowledge. Technological knowledge or TK describe teachers' knowledge of and ability to use various technologies or technological tools and associated resources. So, technological knowledge concern understanding ethic, considering its possibilities for a specific subject, area or classroom, learning to recognize, when it is assessed or impaired. So learning and continually learning and adapting to new technology offering. So technological pedagogical knowledge or TPK, this describes teachers' understanding of how particular technologies can change both the teaching and learning. Experiences by introducing new pedagogical affordances and constraints. Another aspect of TPK concerns understanding how such pedagogy in ways that are appropriate to the discipline and the development of the lesson at hand. So, technological content knowledge. So, TCK. This describes teachers' understanding of how technology and content can both influence and push against each other. So, TCK or technological content knowledge involves understanding how the subject matter can be communicated by different edtech offering and considering which specific edtech tools might be best suited for specific subject matter or classroom. And pedagogical content knowledge or PCK, this describes teachers' knowledge regarding foundational areas of teaching and learning, including curriculum development, student assessment, and reporting results. PCK or pedagogical content knowledge focuses on promoting learning and on tracing the links among pedagogy and its supportive practice, curriculum, assessment, etc. So, and much like CK, will also differ according to grade level and subject matter. In all cases, through PCK or pedagogical content knowledge, seek to improve teaching practices by creating stronger connection between the content and the pedagogy used to communicate. So, according to TPAC, framework specific technology tools, hardware, software, application, associated information, literacy practice, etc. are best used to instruct and guide students towards a better, more robust understanding of the subject matter. Criteria for the use of visual aids. Learners say will learn 80% through the use of sight compared with less effective ways to learn. Hearing 10%, smell 4%, touch 2%, and taste 1%. In the use of visuals, for a wide range of materials, visual boards, charts, overhead, transparencies, slides, computer-generated presentation. So these are basic principles of basic design. Assess a visual materials or presentation, a transparency or slide using the following criteria. Visual elements, picture, illustration, and graphics. So number 1, lettering style or font. So consistency and harmony. When you are creating something distinct to fit a project or a person, you more control over lettering and can mold it to fit the. Number 2, number of lettering style. No more than 2 and a static display, chart, and bulletin board. Number 3, use a capitals. Short titles or headlines should be no more than 6 words. Number 4, lettering colors. Essay to see and read. Use of contrast is good for emphasize. Number 5, lettering size. Good visibility even for student and the back of the classroom. Number 6, spacing between letters. Equal and even spacing. Number 7. Spacing between lines. Not too close as a blur at a distance. Number 8. Number of lines no more than 8 lines of a text in each transparency slide. Number 9. Appeal. Unusual catch, two-dimensional, interactive use of overlays or movable flaps. Number 10. Use of direction. Device, arrows, bold letters, bullets, contrasting color and size. Special placement of an item. So, let's proceed to our new lesson. Lesson 4.4, Stakeholders and Curriculum Implementation. So, desired learning outcomes are: identify stakeholder of the curriculum. Enumerate the role of each stakeholders. So, stakeholders are individual or institutions that are interested in the school curriculum. So, who are involved in the curriculum and curriculum development? These are the person who we call stakeholders. Stakeholders are individual or institution that are interested in the curriculum. They get involved in many different ways. You must be one of them, together with the teachers, school manager, parents, and even the whole community have interest in the curriculum. We will all meet them in this lesson. Curriculum stakeholders. Number 1. Learners are at the core of the curriculum. To what extent are the students involved in the curriculum development? The old view that students are more recipients of the curriculum is now changing. Learners have more dynamic participation from the planning, designing, implementing, and evaluating. However, the degree of their involvement is dependent on their maturity. The older they are in high school or college, the more they participate from another angle. Whether learners are in the elementary or college level, they can make or break curriculum implementation by their active or non-involvement. After all, learners, together with the teacher, pull action to the curriculum. At the end of the curriculum development process, the fundamental question asked is how the student learn. When some college students were asked about the role in curriculum development, here are their answers. Student number 1. I never realized that as a student, I have a participation in curriculum development. It is true that a student or learning is the basis of the success or failure of the curriculum. For example, if all of us pass the board examination, it means that the teacher education curriculum is a success. Student number 2. In high school, our teacher would always look into what we are learning. The whole year around, we have varied curricular and co-curricular activities inside the class. I think we as students should be considered in writing the curriculum. Student number 3. When we were in elementary level, our lessons were very simple. But now that we are in college, the content to learn has become complicated. I learned that actually our curriculum is spiral and that the difficulty of the subject matter is also adjusted to our maturity level. Why do curricularists place the premium on the student? It is because the learners make the curriculum alive. A written curriculum that does not consider the student, we have a chance to succeed.